from the pros, from the amateurs. So you will find fulfilling lives and fulfilling jobs if you focus on your favorite future. And every now and then, turn off that technology and spend another day just with yourself. Take a walk, look at the world around you, breathe, never stop dreaming about your favorite future. It should be your lifelong pursuit. Those of us who sat in your chair, which only seems like yesterday, all of a sudden you find that you're 30, then you're 40, then you're 50. And I will tell you, it moves very fast. Ask your elders. We are all 22 in our head, and all of a sudden we're 50. Look at David Beckham. He's over. It's 38. He's done. He's on to his next thing. So it goes fast. So every single day, think about a mix of work and fun and reflection. Every single hour should be about how you contribute to your family, your community, yourself. Every thought should be tied into the notion of YOLO. You know what YOLO is? Yeah? Yeah? For the uninitiated in the crowd, you only live once. YOLO, baby. Today is the day to start thinking about your favorite future. The world is yours, my friends. Addressing you today, members of the new greatest generation, the class of 2013, I can't be more honored, more happy to share this day with you, and more excited to see these gleaming, smiling, beautiful faces who are off to a spectacular journey. Thank you so much for having me here today.
Thank you, Dr. Clinton. We are fortunate today to have Senator Charles Schumer in attendance to congratulate our graduates and encourage them in their future endeavors. So please join me in welcoming the senior United States Senator from New York, Chuck Schumer.
Well, thank you. It is great to be back here at Pace. It's my honor to address President Steve Friedman, who does a great job for this institution. I've known him for many years. Neil Bianco and the Board of Trustees, honorary degree recipient Clinton, the members of the podium, the families and friends of the graduates, but most of all, you, the class of 2013 Pace, congratulations. Now, first, I'd like to announce my class gift. I have a class gift for you. You know, it's hard to pay for college. You know that. If you're poor, the federal government helps you out. But what about the middle class? So, a few years ago, I passed a law, it's now on the books, that says you or your parents, whoever paid for college, can take as a full tax credit off your federal taxes $2,500 a year for each year of college or graduate school, provided, there's always a provided your family income is below $200,000 a year. So, if you come from a family who makes below $200,000, make sure you or mom or dad take that deduction, that credit. Last year, a third of all the people who were entitled to it didn't take it. And if you forgot to do it junior and sophomore and freshman years, you can file a form with the IRS, and if you're entitled to it, get $7,500 back. Pretty good. Now, what happens if you come from a family who makes above $200,000 a year? God bless you. I'd like to say a word to the moms and dads. I know how you feel. A few short years ago, my wife Iris and I sat where you did and watched our daughter Jessica come up on the platform and get her diploma. It was one of the great days of our lives. And if you're like us, you think back to the tough times. We remembered when Jessica was just a few months old, 3 months old, had 106.5 fever. We rushed her to the hospital. We didn't think she'd make it. Praise God, she did. We remembered when we put her on the kindergarten bus the first day. As the bus pulled away, she ran to the back, tears streaming down her little cheeks as she waved goodbye. But then at 2 o'clock, when Iris went to meet her, she bounded off the bus, happy as could be. She said, "Mommy, I came back." When we talked to her, she thought she was on the bus. That was it. New family, new school, new neighborhood. Then we remembered Jessica as a teenager, when she didn't say much to us, and when she did, we couldn't understand a word she said. And then moms, dads, you see your daughters and sons come up here and take that diploma and become an adult before your very eyes. Congratulations to the moms and dads. Job well done. Now, to each of you, you are growing up at an amazing time. Mr. Clinton talked a little about that. And you grow up and you graduate with two advantages. One, you're graduating from a really outstanding institution of higher learning. The majority of your age group didn't have the opportunity to go to college. And many who did, most who did, aren't going to as good a school as you have gone to. And so, you're graduating with a real advantage in terms of your education. And you're also the first generation who's graduating amidst all this technology that your honorary degree recipient spoke of. In 1988, a few years before most of you were born, that was the first time the word internet was ever used. No Google, no Facebook, no text messaging, no LOL. In 1994, when most of you were toddlers, the World Wide Web had 12 websites on it. That's it, 12. Now there are 14 billion. That shows you the speed at which technology is moving so quickly. And you know, your parents, your teachers, me, the older generation, we try to understand this technology and get with it. But it's hard for us. We're learning it as adults. But you were born into it. Technology is to your generation like water is to a fish. You've been swimming in it your whole lives. And so the fact that you've gotten a great education, the fact that you're the first generation to grow up immersed in this technology means one thing. Now is the time to figure out your dream. Reach deep down inside yourself, see what that dream is, and then pursue it. My advice to the class of 2012 is simple. Go for it. Now, sometimes you'll make the wrong choice. But if my experience is any indication, you'll pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and move forward. But if you make the right choice, with a lot of hard work, a little luck, and some prayer, your life will be enriched forever. I learned these things myself. When I was seated at graduation, as you are today, about 40 years ago, I learned that I had just won a scholarship to travel all around the world, all expenses paid for a whole year. For me, it was the opportunity of a lifetime. I had never been out of the country. But at the same time, I had met a girl, and I fell in love. Aww. Well, I had to decide. Do I go around the world for a whole year on the all-expense-paid scholarship? Yes. Or do I stay home with the girl? No. I should have listened to you. I stayed home with the girl. No, don't clap. Don't clap yet. They're right. Story unfolds. That summer, she went on a brief vacation, and I went to the airport to meet her on her return. As soon as she got off the plane, I saw by the look on her face something was wrong. She dumped me by Labor Day. There I was. No scholarship. No trip around the world. No girl. I said to myself, what a loser you are. You will never make anything of yourself. And in fact, I stayed inside my house and moped around for a few months, felt bad for myself. But somehow I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and moved forward. And a few years later, I found myself graduating once again, this time from law school. But on the way home from law school, I told Mom and Dad I wasn't going to join the fancy law firm that we had planned. I told them my dream was politics. And even though it was a long shot, I wanted to run for office. My parents were shocked. My mother was particularly disappointing. You see, they struggled to send me to college and law school. This fancy law firm was paying $400 a week, more money than my family had ever seen in those days. But my dream was to run for office, and so that winter, that summer and fall, at the age of 23, I ran for the New York State Assembly against long odds. And I had three opponents. There was a party machine candidate, there was a neighborhood activist, and then there was my mother, who was telling all her friends not to vote for me. So I get, as she said, this dumb idea of being a politician out of my big, thick head. Well, graduates, a few years earlier, I didn't get that girl. But that November, I won the election. So, to this great class, PACE 2013, go for it. And when you have doubts, and we all have doubts, that's the human condition that God gave us, maybe you'll remember a few lines from this poem called If. Rudyard Kipling wrote it 130 years ago to his son, but it's relevant to every son and every daughter of PACE 2013. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on a turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings but not lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. He wrote it to his son 130 years ago. It's relevant to every son and every daughter of PACE 2013. To this great class, congratulations. Good luck. Godspeed, and don't forget, go for it.
Moving on forward, let me just say you haven't got your scrolls yet. Our traditional focus at PACE is on being a student-centered university, and at this time it has never been more important. The Keenan Award for Teaching Excellence recognizes the critical element of student engagement by saluting faculty who have consistently challenged and engage students with innovative teaching methods that enhance their curricula and illuminate their disciplines. Will Dean Neera Herman from the Dyson College of Arts and Sciences and Dr. Daron Taylor, Assistant Professor of History, join me at the podium? A member of the PACE faculty since 1999, Dr. Taylor received his PhD in history at Columbia University for his research on 20th century electoral politics in Harlem. Dr. Taylor teaches African American history, American presidential and constitutional history, America in the era of FDR, and the history of American ethnic and race relations. During the 2012-2013 academic year, he created and taught a timely online course entitled Coping with Hard Times, Economic Downturns Throughout American History. He has created his own history television program in White Plains and is a speaker for the New York Council for the Humanities. In May 2008, he was honored for his teaching and mentoring of students by the Pace Pleasantville chapter of the Future Educators Association. All right. Dr. Taylor loves sharing the drama of history and hopes he inspires his students to make their own positive impact. By understanding how the past has shaped the present, Dr. Taylor believes that students can discover their potential for shaping the future. Congratulations, Dr. Taylor. It now gives me great pleasure in introducing Tanya D. Palma, a student in the Dyson College of Arts and Sciences who will address the candidates.
President Friedman, trustees, honored guests, officers of administration, faculty, family, and friends, and the class of 2013. I am extremely grateful and honored to have been chosen as your commencement speaker. I must begin by saying that the journey to this day has been a long one and could not have happened without the love and support of those who have challenged and helped us develop throughout these 4 years. Whether it was the professor who extended those office hours just to help you with a paper, the advisor who pushed you because they saw your potential, your amazing parents who without hesitation paid off those PACE bills from OSA, or the support of your irreplaceable sorority sisters. I see you, Omega Phi Beta. We could not have done it without all of you, and for that we cannot thank you enough. It seems like it was only yesterday that we had those pre-night jitters before starting college. College seemed to be this daunting cloud of fear and excitement all in one. It seems like it was only yesterday we were asking ourselves, what will classes be like? Will I be able to carry the workload? Will I make any friends? Will my roommate like me? Or in my case, will my roommate throw Tide balls under my bed in fear of having a dirty roommate? It seems like it was only yesterday that we were freshmen getting the hang of being the new kid on the block on Pace's sports teams, or walking confidently on the first day of classes, pretending to know the difference between Miller and Leonhard, but secretly being lost as ever. Or standing in the back at your first student organization meeting, volunteering as a senator, and attending the first Friday student government meeting and thinking, what did I get myself into here? But it was not yesterday. It was 4 years of commitment, hard work, drive, passion, academic achievement, and memories. You are now the captains of your teams, presidents of your organizations, and even volunteering to give tours on preview weekend for those free t-shirts. We started off as these young, naive individuals, unaware of how the different roads we've taken have led us to who we are here today. We have overcome obstacles, we have consistently challenged ourselves, and though it was not easy, we walked into unknown territory full of opportunity and we conquered it. The world we are entering is no different. While it fills us with those same questions and concerns, that has never stopped us before. Now we are freshmen again, but of the rest of our lives. Our degrees offer us an exciting amount of new opportunities and paths to continue the journey we have already started here at Pace University. We will face many crossroads, and we have much work ahead, class of 2013. But I encourage you to not take the easy way out. Make decisions, gain experience, and follow the course that will lead you to challenge yourself, because that is what matters in the end. So while we all share this moment here together, before we take our different paths, think 10 years from now, when you look back and remember today like it was only yesterday, will you be proud of your journey? Will you take those steps like we did 4 years ago? I say don't be afraid. They will surely lead you somewhere you could have never imagined, because we're taking the road less traveled by, and that will make all the difference. Congratulations, class of 2013, and good luck.
Will President Friedman and Chairman Bianco please come forward and present the Trustees and Community Service Awards? They will be assisted by Dr. Lisa Bardil Moscaritolo, Dean for Students.
The Trustees Award is presented to the graduating student whose positive contributions to the university life and whose academic accomplishments exemplify the highest level of achievement attainable for an undergraduate. Gemma Dawn York, please come forward to receive your award. Gemma is receiving her Bachelor of Arts degree from the Dyson College of Arts and Sciences. During her time at Pace, she has shown extraordinary dedication to excellence academically and through her co-curricular and extracurricular activities. She's a member of the Pforzheimer Honors College, Lambda Sigma Honor Society, Pi Gamma Mu Honor Society, Golden Key International Honor Society, and Lambda Pi Eta Honor Society, and served as the student representative for the Setters Leadership Program Committee. During her sophomore and junior years, she served as head delegate for the Model UN team, where she not only improved her public speaking and diplomacy skills, but helped lead the team to victory at the National Model UN Conference in 2011, winning outstanding position papers and distinguished delegation for their work representing the People's Republic of Bangladesh. From an internship with SPARC, Inc., that stands for Sustainable Practice Action Research Community, where she taught a film production class to young adults with development disabilities, to her role as philanthropy chair of Phi Sigma Sigma sorority. She has actively sought each opportunity to enhance and further contribute to Pace University and the wider community. She's a communications and journalism major. She served as the news editor for the Pace Chronicle, the Westchester campus award-winning newspaper, and treasurer of the Pace Public Relations Club. Her paper on the media, indispensable for democracy, was selected for presentation at the Dyson Society of Fellows annual research conference and earned her an Excellence in Research Award from the Pace University Library. She's the recipient of an undergraduate research initiative grant for the 2012-2013 academic year, working one-on-one with a faculty member on capturing students' learning with e-portfolios. During the spring of 2012, she was hired to serve as an intern for the Attorney General's speechwriting team at the U.S. Department of Justice in Washington, D.C. Her internship was intended to last for just one semester, but her outstanding performance earned her the unique opportunity to extend it for more than a year. After graduation, she plans to return to the district to further her speechwriting career and hopes to ultimately obtain employment as a chief speechwriter or communications director in the legislative or executive branch, we are proud to honor Gemma Dawn York with the Trustees Award and expect to be hearing and reading a lot more from her in the future. Congratulations. Next is the Community Service Award. That's presented to the graduating student whose active contributions to the life of the university community and to the endeavors of our neighbors in the surrounding community most admirably embody an appreciation for the value of social responsibility. Justina M. Edwards, please come forward and receive your award. Justina is receiving Bachelor of Science from the Dyson College of Arts and Sciences. During her time at Pace, she's touched the lives of many. Although it's true she has excelled academically as a double major in biological psychology and biological and health sciences, today we recognize her for her unwavering commitment to civic engagement and outreach. She has said she wanted to take advantage of everything that Pace had to offer, and she didn't want to graduate feeling as though she missed out on anything. Today, we can look back on her achievements and contributions to her community and say, without a doubt, she's made the most of her time here. She served on Pace's Student Athlete Advisory Committee, as well as participating on the equestrian and dance teams. She has set herself apart from her peers academically, having been inducted into several honor societies, including Beta Beta Beta, Sigma Psi, and Psi Chi. Justina is a peer leader in the Forsheimer Honors College and an Alana mentor. In between meetings and classes, conferences and practices, she found time to give back to the communities of which she's a part. She's been part of Pace Makes a Difference Day, Pace's Relay for Life, Pace's Bingo Night, which raises for funds for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Outside of Pace, she's done volunteer work with the Atria Senior Living Community, Pets Alive Westchester, the Greenberg Nature Center, and the Blythedale Children's Hospital, where she worked with kids that she says have left an imprint on her heart forever. During her final year at Pace, she pursued an independent research project that focused on tumor suppression gene in breast cancer tumors. She worked under the supervision of Professor Nancy Krucher, and she hopes to become an oncologist and make an impact on cancer research. It's with great pleasure that we present the Community of Service Award to Justina. It's our sincere hope after she leaves Pace, she will continue her good works and advocate for change in the world. Congratulations.
I invite Pace alumna Kathleen E. Shostich, BBA 1991 and MBA 1994, who is Director, Foundation and University Relations at Deloitte & Touche, LLP, to come to the podium, congratulate the students on behalf of the alumni.
Thank you, Dr. Sakatme, and thank you, President Friedman, for this wonderful opportunity. Class of 2013, it is a great honor to be here today to congratulate you on this very, very special milestone in your lives and welcome you to the Pace alumni community. You are now part of a network of more than 135,000 Pace alumni worldwide, a community in which I'm very proud to be counted. My Pace journey began more than 20 years ago right here on the Pleasantville campus. I have great memories of my time here at the university and many people to thank who helped me along the way on my journey to earning my BBA and MBA. Just as valuable as the knowledge that I acquired in the classroom were the relationships that I made and the life experiences that I gained during my time here at Pace, which have truly enriched my personal and professional life. I have Debbie Levesque to thank for hiring me as an undergraduate resident assistant and a residence hall coordinator and student activities director while completing my graduate work. And through those roles, I had the opportunity to gain an appreciation and understanding of the academic community and hone my leadership skills. It's experience that's really served me well through the years. And it was Pace Career Services who helped me land my first job at Deloitte, which led to and opened the door to a 17-plus year career in professional services. And currently, I lead our Deloitte Foundation and University Relations programs nationally. And I have the wonderful opportunity to work with hundreds of universities across the U.S. in helping them create the future talent of not only our organization, the accounting profession, and the business community. Personally, I'm most grateful to Pace for the lifelong friendships that I've made during my stay here, including at the very top of the list, my husband of nearly 18 years. As you come to know, and you'll come to know quickly, the relationships that you built here do not end here today. I encourage you to stay connected to your fellow alumni, and as you embark on your career, reach out and build new networks, meet new people. I quickly discovered the network of Pace alumni at Deloitte, and I encourage you to do the same as you go out to your future employers. The university needs our ongoing support, and I'll say it again, the university needs our ongoing support to help them really raise the bar on the incredible program offerings that they currently have in place and to strengthen its brand. We are the university's brand out in the marketplace. You will be the university's brand. Beyond supporting the university financially, please be generous with your time and talent. Whether you attend an alumni event, whether you help organize an employee matching gifts campaign at your new employer, serve on an advisory board, guest lecture in the classroom, or get involved in recruiting at your employer. Find a way to give back and stay in touch with the university. We have a connection to Pace and to each other. Make the choice to maintain that connection. Congratulations, class of 2013, and welcome to the alumni community. Thank you.
And now Pace University President Stephen J. Friedman will deliver his personal message.
Thank you, Dr. Shukatmi, Chairman Bianco, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty and staff, family, friends, and most of all, the great class of 2013. Congratulations. How do you feel? Are you excited? To be sure, yes. A little apprehensive? Sure. But most of all, different. You are different people than the young men and women who walked through these doors 4 or 5 years ago. Families and loved ones, we're honored to spend this day with you. We know, because we've all done it, the extent to which you have shared both the joys and the fears and the tribulations of this journey your sons and daughters and sisters and brothers have taken. I want to recognize one more person on this stage with me today, and that is Neil Bianco, who is chair of the Pace Board of Trustees. Neil has served as chair for the past 14 years. He's been on the board. He was originally elected as a student trustee, as an alumni trustee, just a few years after graduating. So he served for 44 years on the board. During his 14 years as chair, he has officially conferred the degrees on the graduates, and he will do so again today for the last time because his term as chairman is ending. Neil, the entire Pace community owes you a debt of gratitude for your commitment to this great university and your love for all parts of it. Thank you very much. Now, the class of 2013, you really are an extraordinary bunch of men and women. You arrived at Pace during the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression. And in your senior year, Hurricane Sandy tried to sweep you away. But here you are, triumphant, Over the past 4 or 5 years, you've distinguished yourselves in so many ways, and so let me just pick out a few examples. 5 of you led the PACE team that earned Outstanding Delegation, the highest honor at this year's National Model UN Conference. Pretty impressive, and that continues a PACE tradition of Model UN team excellence. 4 of you represented PACE at the Mock Senate hearing for the 40th anniversary of the Clean Water Act. 1 of you was selected as Best Orator of the event. 4 of you are scholars in the Cyber Corps Scholarship for Service program funded by the National Science Foundation. 6 of you were part of the student filmmaker groups that received national awards, first places, I think, for your documentaries about sustainability and shrimp farming, and the Battle Behind the Bottle, which was all about corkage and corks. You've embraced the PACE experience and all of the opportunities that this university has to offer. A member of the class of 2013 won this year's undergraduate student faculty research showcase for research on the genetic characteristics of the olfactory system in zebrafish. And she will be going to Mexico next week to present that research at a major scientific conference. As a class, you've been out in force, interning across New York at places like IBM, UBS, Deloitte, Viacom, JP Morgan Chase. And one of the many student entrepreneurs in your class was the founder of the Pace Perk Cafe, which is a great success here in Pleasantville. You're a class of outstanding student athletes. The baseball team is going to the NCAA East Regional Tournament. Yes, first time since 1985. 2 of your classmates were part of the men's relay team that won Pace's first ever gold medal at the Northeast 10 Conference Swimming Championships. The diving team is fabulous. Another was named Northeast 10 Conference Volleyball Player of the Year twice, and so on. Time and again, you've stepped forward to help others. In the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, you collected goods and you collected funds for victims across this region. You walked for World Water, raised money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, participated in the Relay for Life, which was a huge success this year, and an all-night fundraiser to help fight cancer. The class of 2013 has already begun to look out for those who come after, and your class gift has a much higher participation than prior years. I could go on, but the point is, you are really a terrific bunch, and we will never forget you. One of the privileges I have as president is that I get the first and last words. I spoke to you at convocation when you first entered PACE, and at this very moment, I am practically all that stands between you and your degrees. When you were freshmen, I offered you some advice on how to get the most out of your PACE experience. I'm sure you remember it word for word, but in case you don't, I'm going to play it back to you. It's very interesting. Both our commencement speaker, Michael Clinton, and Tanya echoed some of this advice. My advice was to work hard and seek mastery, not to be afraid to try new things, and when you need advice, to ask for it. I promised you at convocation that those values and those practices would make for success during your college careers. And I promise you now that those same values and those same practices will make you successful in life. Working hard, after 4 years of PACE, you know there's no getting around that. And that's good news, because hard work does not mean a life of drudgery, which was what many of you thought, I think, when you started down this road. It means experiencing the thrill and the excitement of doing your best and succeeding and reaping the rewards, intellectual, spiritual, or financial. That is something every successful person knows. Ask the members of the Model UN team or the National Advertising team. When I asked a member of the Federal Reserve team in New York, who came in first in the New York Fed's monetary policy competition, how they did that, they said, we worked harder than everybody else. Follow their lead, work harder than the other guys, and great things will happen. Second, and in many ways most important, never be afraid to try new things. I know you've tried a lot of new things during your time here, but in a sense, this is a bit of a protected environment. And as you embark on your new life, you may find yourself apprehensive from time to time. The fact is, if you talk to anyone who's ever taken a new job or been promoted, they will tell you that they had no idea how to do that job when they started. Nobody does. Do not let that fear stop you from trying new things. Use it as a springboard to propel you forward. Imagine that your life is like a giant oak tree. You begin life at ground level and you travel up the trunk. You start passing branches. Do not let too many of those branches go by. Climb out on a few of them. Each will bring you a whole new set of people, a whole new set of skills, and a whole new set of experiences. If you just remain on the trunk, you will miss out on so much of the adventure and the excitement that life has to offer. And lastly, ask for help. That is one of the most important ways that we connect with other people in life, when we learn what they know, what we don't know. There will be many times in your life when you need to ask for help. Never be afraid to ask what sounds like to you to be a dumb question. At least half the time it will turn out to be a brilliant question. When you need that help, you will have your family, your friends, your faith, and you will have pace. Pace will be part of your life for the rest of your life. Take advantage of it. So as you move forward in your lives, I hope you will, in the words of our alma mater, never forget pace or the friends you hold so dear today. Remember what you have learned here from faculty and from friends, and let it light your way. Come back as the years go by for reunions, to meet friends, and to help this university in the way that only alumni can. And be true to pace. As you achieve success, support this university so that new generations of PACE students will have the same opportunities that you have had, just as prior generations of PACE graduates have supported you. Be proud, very proud of your association with this great university. Be the best you can, not only for your personal success, but to represent this university to the world. Class of 2013, good luck, go to it. My warmest wishes go with all of you. Thank you.
And now the main reason we are here today. The presentation of the scrolls to graduating students. This is essentially the final item on the agenda. After the graduates cross the stage, please return and remain in your seats out of courtesy to your fellow graduates who are still waiting in line to receive their scrolls. Will Dr. Lisa Bardil Moscaritolo and Dr. Mary Jo Russell O'Grady, Deans for Students, please come forward to assist in the presentation of the scrolls. The two Deans of Students, along with Associate Provost Mark Allen Poisel and a dedicated team of workers deserve all the credit for arranging the PACE commencement ceremonies. At this time, let's all give them a big round of applause. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. Harriet Feldman, Dean of the College of Health Professions, to please come forward to present the academic awards for her college and to introduce the candidates for graduation. Dean Feldman.
Thank you. The Scholastic Achievement Award is presented to a student excelling in scholarship, effectiveness in class discussion, research, and general performance in a baccalaureate degree program. The College of Health Professions Award goes to Jodian Ava Dawn Dixon. Will the distinguished faculty please rise? Excuse me, I'm sorry. In presenting the degree candidates is a nurse who needs help. From the College of Health Professions, representing nursing and physician assistant disciplines. Serving as reader will be Carol Epstein. Dr. Epstein is associate professor in the Leonhardt School of Nursing.
Will all the degree candidates proceed to the stage and be introduced individually? Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Just for now. Oh, okay. Vikas Anand.
Back down to Mark.
Chanel Patel. Petagay Anderson. Monique Hurd. Ashley R. Lewis, Nazreta Rivera, Edward Hammond, Jacqueline Pisano, Sandy He, Xiu Ting Lin, Linda Yi, Patrice Carter, Emily Brock, Sandy Semelius, Kiavona Nyarko, Ebony J. Frazier, Angela Julienne, Dinah Boateng, Jodian Dixon, Gabriella Kinche, Callie Starzy, Shayna Anthony, Anand Rosmi Itara, Grace Kinman. Sorry, Grace. Amanda LaKay. Allison Kogi. Ciara Walsh. Elizabeth Ratchet Palomara. Andrea Herman. Paola Zavala. Genevieve Donikowski. Amy Dieter. Sabina Thomas. Joseph Spina. Jacqueline Jurek. Casey Lovero. Courtney Williams. Caitlin Hilton. Melanie Dutton.
I invite Dr. Amar Gupta, Dean of the Seidenberg School of Computer Science and Information Systems, to please come forward to introduce the candidates for graduation. Dean Gupta.
Will the faculty please rise in presenting the degree candidates from the Seidenberg School of Computer Science and Information Systems. Serving as reader will be Dr. Bernice Hoare, Associate Dean. Will all the degree candidates proceed to the stage and be introduced individually? Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Associate in Applied Science, Pre-Baccalaureate Certificate.
Christopher Afonso Caravallo. Derek Gable. Deborah Gagney. Chris Holowiak. Alana Ishmael. Michael McCardle. Philip Ricciardi. Amir Rodriguez. Allison Llewellyn. Gabriel Berganza. Michael Martinez.
I invite Dr. Andrea Spencer, Dean of the School of Education, to please come forward to present the academic award for her school and to introduce the candidates for graduation.
The Scholastic Achievement Award is presented to the student excelling in scholarship, effectiveness in class discussion, research, and general performance in the baccalaureate degree. This year, the Achievement Award goes to Melissa Trago Marialis. Will the faculty of the School of Education please rise in presenting the degree candidates from the School of Education? Serving as reader will be Dr. Beth Cava, lecturer.
Ashley Winnick. Sarah Hutton. Emma Giovinco. Corey Connors. Danielle Rodriguez. Jamie Davis. Patsy Montiel. Alexander Lengas. Stephanie Antoinette Buchemi. Emily Cheer. Fatima Hayadara. Catherine Flores. Leslie Elizabeth Piedra. Stephen Clemente. Casey Woods. Jennifer Stone. Megan Tremblay. Kelsey Igo. Michelle Monzo. Nora Rugova. Christine Andrea Corsa. Stephanie O'Hero. Nicholas Lopez. Samara Delgado. Olivia Ann Richardson. Jessica Lolis. Daniela Sinapi. Brianna Perricone. Grace Kim. Celine Vishitla Cochran. Jacqueline Friedman. Amanda Eisner. Lisa Fitzpatrick. Margaret Bradley. Hatsu Masuyama. Samantha DeCrescenzo. Jamie Hopkins. Melissa Trigo Meireles.
I invite Dr. Neera Herman, Dean of the Dyson College of Arts and Sciences, to please come forward to present the academic awards for her college and to introduce the candidates for graduation. Dean Herman.